Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is a picture of a German Shepherd. Looks like one I used to have, and unfortunately I don't have any pictures of him, but I'll always remember him. His name was Skipper. He was named after Skipper Bowles, who was a politician in North Carolina. And Skipper was grown when I got him. Mr. McIntyre had him, and Mr. McIntyre and my daddy were friends. And Mr. McIntyre was very, very good to me. And Skipper would play rough with the little kids, and Mr. McIntyre was worried he was going to hurt one of them. Well, Skipper, he had a bundle of energy and needed to let go of it. Well, Mr. McIntyre, he was a seed salesman, so my daddy being a farmer, they were good friends, he wanted to know if he could give me Skipper. And Mr. McIntyre, I'd known him years before then. Matter of fact, he'd asked my parents if I could ride with him. And he'd go different places. I don't know where all we would go. And we'd stop at a store, and I'd walk in there to get me a little drink or something. My mom may give me $1 or something. And Mr. McIntyre would somehow signal the guy, and he'd say, "Son," said, "you can't use that money here." So that's beach money. And I was confused because I didn't warn in on it. And I told Mr. McIntyre, I said, "You reckon we can go to the beach because I'm thirsty?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to buy this one for you, son." He did that quite often. They'd have another story that money, it was out of date or whatever. And every time I tell my mom and my dad, they'd laugh about it. But he was good for that, and he was good to give me Skipper. I was young, and he was a dog I grew up with. And Skipper was highly protective of me. And I had a brother that wasn't real nice, and he was 10 years older than me, and sometimes he'd be real mean to me, and Skipper'd bite at him and protect me. Well, Skipper and I went all kind of adventures together, swimming in snake-infested ponds. Skipper was there with me. If a stray dog come up at me, barking at me, Skipper would tear him up and run him off. He'd come on back to me, but Skipper was my dog. Well, when I was about 16 or 17, Skipper real sick, and I carried him to a vet. Well, the vet, he had a real bad reputation. I found that out after the fact for not helping a lot of dogs. He gave Skipper a shot, and he was scared of Skipper at first because Skipper didn't like him. And Skipper thought the vet was trying to hurt me. And the man told me, he said, "That dog tried to bite me." He said, "Don't you realize a dog bite hurts?" I said, "I imagine it does, sir." I said, "But he's trying to protect me." Well, he gave him that shot. He said, "Okay, y'all can leave." Well, Skipper was still on the table, and I always think he killed him. And I went back to get my dog so I could bury him at home. And I was 16, I believe. My mama went with me. And I told my mama she needed to hang outside for a minute, and I cussed that man out. And my mama, she heard me. Then she went in there and she gave him a piece of her mind. But he was a good dog. We'd had a German Shepherd before him. It was more my daddy's. Greek had been in the military, and a lady had him that my daddy farmed her land, and she was going to move into the city, couldn't carry him with her, and she asked my daddy if he wanted Greek. Greek didn't put up with no kind of foolishness. One day my daddy was paying off some hens after tobacco season. Two came up that he had fired, and they had a little bit of money coming to them. Well, they were evidently going to rob my daddy. Well, they had two problems. One, my daddy always carried a pistol in his pocket. If he had his breeches on, he had that pistol in his pocket. And number two, Greek was laying down on the back of the truck. So Pop hollered, "Greek," and Greek didn't like them fellas right time he popped up. Boy went to barking and carrying on, and them fellas said, "No, no, no, you misunderstood." And said, "I don't think so." And my daddy, he always carried that pistol, but the chief of police had made my daddy an auxiliary police officer, badge and ID card and all that. and they were drinking buddies. So, my dad, he didn't get no tickets because of that. But anyway, thanks for stopping by and listening to that old memory. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.